Man, I'm so sick of this team, dude, man. And to be honest with you, I'm really sick of everybody who just acts so delusional every freaking season. We go through the same shit every season, every season, every season. Same old stuff, same old stuff. And then y'all sit here, listen to the same tabloids every point of the season. Same old tabloids, same old trades, same old get rid of D'Angelo. It's always the same, bro. Enough is enough. For real. Enough is enough, man. Look, I got a video for y'all here today, man. This dude's just talking about, the Lakers and how they've been stinking up the joint for the last month and a half. And I saw it coming, and I told y'all in the summer I saw it coming. But I'm going to let this dude talk, man. Got a good video right here. Shout out to the low post. I'm going to let him talk. I'm going to chime in.
For the people out there who don't know me, I am a Laker fan, so please excuse me for my passion because this is a video that I have been really grimacing on making over the past 2 weeks now because I knew what's going on right now was eventually going to occur. So within the first 22 games,
who didn't know? Bro, when the Lakers didn't do something in the offseason, I knew that was going to happen. When they decided to re-sign LeBron James, I knew this was going to happen. If you didn't know this was going to happen, bro, you're just living on a rock or you're just dumb. You're slow. Catch up, bro. This team do the same stuff. LeBron been here for 7 seasons, and y'all still act like y'all don't know what to expect from this roster and this team. Y'all still act like y'all don't know. Like there's hope. Half y'all who hold out hope on a consistent basis, you need to stop, take a deep breath, and really look at your team and stop being biased. It's the same song and dance. Anthony Davis is great, not consistent. LeBron James hurts the team. He don't play defense. The role players are role players. They're good. They're great role players, but they don't got leaders. They don't got real leaders. Freaking Anthony Davis couldn't lead nobody to water. LeBron James is a fake leader. Fake as hell. So let's not act like we didn't see this coming. You guys still act like there's hope. Well, what do you think the team needs to... Man, trade everybody. That's what the team need to do. Basically, get rid of LeBron James. Until they do that, you're going to deal with the same old song and dance.
Into the regular season, the Lakers find themselves with a 12-10 start, which has a lot of people losing their mind. And the biggest reason for this is because of this 6 to 8 game stretch that they're on right now, where the Lakers look really, really bad. Now, it didn't. They're on
Bro,
right
look
now.
at this. Look at this. Lost to the Magic. Lost to the Suns in blowout fashion. Lost to the Thunder. Lost to the Timberwolves. Lost to the Nuggets. Beat the Spurs, who are what? Trash. Trash-ass Spurs. Beat the Jazz barely by 1 point. Trash-ass team. And then got blown out by the Miami Heat. Blown the F out. Bro, this team sucks. I'm tired of watching them sometimes, man. I get tired of dealing with it. And I watch these games, bro. I know a lot of y'all just watch 2K. Y'all just hop on the game. Y'all see LeBron stats on 2K because you slow as hell. But I watch these games. This team is whack. Yeah, they got on a 3-game winning streak to start the season and it surprised everybody. But that wasn't who they were. This right here, this is who they are. This is who they always have been. Good against whack-ass teams like the Spurs, can beat a Jazz team, but when it comes to playoff caliber teams like the Suns, this is what you see. The Magic, who are better, because, they didn't even have Paulo, bro. Paulo didn't even play, and they still won. The Timberwolves. This is what you see, bro. The Denver Nuggets. The Lakers' daddy right here. The Daddy Nuggets, that's what they call them. And then the Miami Heat. You always, fast-paced teams, you always expect the same thing, mediocrity and failure. Why? Because LeBron James is at the head of this hideous-ass snake that we call the Lakers in this organization.
Now, where the Lakers look really, really bad. Now, it did not all...
Bro, they don't look bad. They look like dog shit smeared on toast. That's what they look like.
All start out this way. Actually, it was the exact opposite. After 14 games into the year, the Lakers had a record of 10-4 and coming off of a 6-game winning streak where everybody was losing their minds, making videos, and calling the Lakers things that they clearly were not. And because of that, there were plenty of people who was trying to pressure me to get in front of this camera and lie to you all about things that I did not believe in and sit here and be like, oh, wow, wow, wow. Lakers are so great and they're breaking the NBA. Oh my goodness.
And for all of y'all who said that, that was funny though. But for all y'all who keep making videos like that, bro, you guys are goofy. And your parents are cousins, clearly. Y'all goofy as hell, dude. You guys be the same ones who sit here all day long and act like it's sunshine and rainbows in LA when it's been nothing but dark clouds and chaotic toxicity and BS since LeBron James got there and even before LeBron James got there when the moment Dr. Buzz passed away. This team has been nothing but atrocious. At the very least, though, that you had hope that they was going to build up a comparable roster, and one day we honestly could have been looking like how the Oklahoma City Thunder look now. And it would have happened. It would have happened, but we decided to derail the process and pick up whack-ass James. That was our fault. That's what Jeannie Buss did. That's what Magic Johnson did. So now it's been nothing but chaos, toxicity, drama, and bullshit the entire time since he's been there. Can't get right. The can't get right Lakers. That's what you need to call them, man.
Even though the Lakers looked really, really good early on, one of the best offenses in the NBA, AD looked amazing, Dalton Connect was a steal in the draft, and everything was clicking and working right with the Lakers, more or less, I still was able to see the realness in the BS and being able to weed out the real and the fake. And it was a lot of phony baloney stuff going on with the Lakers, in large part because the schedule was weak. The Lakers were beating up.
Of course it was weak. It's weak like this weak team. And for all y'all who Delulu out there, for everybody who want to be Delulu, pay attention. Pay attention. It's been going on. And like he said, BS. That's what you get with this team. You get one for every positive, for every Dalton Connect, right? You got drama with the head coach. You got seeding issues. You got losing to playoff-worthy teams. For every heroic decision the Lakers have made, it's always 2 steps back. Always. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Sometimes you see nothing but forwardness, and then Jeannie Buss or LeBron James will get in their own way to destroy it. Oh, look. Alex Caruso looks like he's going to be a great player, great defender. 2 months later, oh, he wanted too much. What? What? Somebody who actually complimented LeBron at that. This is his team, bro. They can't stop kicking their own ass. They can't stop kicking their own ass, bro. I'm tired of watching it.
Up on really bad teams. And kudos to them for winning games that they're supposed to win. There's a lot of teams.
Look at Bronny looking lost as hell. Look at him. Lost as hell. He don't even know what he doing out there. You know, we standing in line, what we doing this for. This dude does not belong. Look at this entire roster and then tell me, point out the one who does not belong on this team. It's probably the midget. Look how much shorter he is. This is the one dude who don't belong. I'm sorry, y'all. LeBron messed that boy up, man. And it's a doggone shame. He don't have no reason being in this organization, on this team, or even in front of thousands of people who gonna do nothing but talk ish about him, because rightfully so, because he's actually a contracted National Basketball Association player. Sad.
In the NBA who have a hard time doing that. But I knew that the real test wasn't going to start until they started to match up with some of these better teams. And now that they have, it's looking really, really bad. Because now in these last 8 games, the Lakers are 2-6. I believe a bottom 5 offense, bottom 3 defense, net rating of -15, which in essence means that the Lakers are not only losing games, they're getting mollywopped. It's nasty. It's disgusting. They lost to the Denver Nuggets by 25 points. They lost to the Phoenix Suns by 27 points. They lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves by 29 points, and they just lost to a 500 Miami Heat team in embarrassing fashion, a 41-point blowout.
They actually lost 93 to 134. I don't know why you put 94 here, but hey, I ain't mad at you.
41. So what exactly is going on? Now, first, let's talk about coaching because I know for a fact that is a hot button topic that everyone wants to discuss. Quick history lesson here. Darvin Ham was the coach before JJ Redick. He coached the Lakers for 2 years. His first year, he coached them to the conference finals where they lost to the Denver Nuggets, who inevitably won a championship. And in that 4-game sweep, all 4 or at least 3 of the 4 games were really, really close. And so a lot of people were still optimistic on who he was going to be. The following year, however, which was last season, he completely lost the locker room, completely lost the trust of a lot of executives in the front office, and more or less kind of just coached his way out of a job because he was really bad in several different ways. In the offseason,
I don't think I would have fired him, but hey.
he was fired and replaced by JJ Redick, which then raised a lot of questions. And the biggest reason why there was skepticism surrounding the hire of JJ Redick is because he was the co-host with LeBron in a podcast that they had over the past, I want to say 6 or 8 months, right? This has now led to the question on, is JJ Redick a better head coach than Darvin Ham? And I'm here to tell you, as someone who's watched.
Yes. I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. So far, I would say yeah, but I would say very, very slightly. I don't think he's necessarily a better. Well, he's a better coach because I think he does more as a coach, man. He does a lot more switches. He more plays to the team and the rotation of the roster that he has on the floor at any given moment. You could tell he watches a lot of tape and that he does the best that he can to get this team in a high gear. I don't think he knows as much about defense as he should. Ergo, the 28th in defense. Darvin Ham just seemed more like a stand-by and watch kind of coach. He was a good coach at first. I would say he was more motivational. He seemed like the type to, energize his team with good peps and pep talks and speeches and shit like that. JJ Redick, honestly, more of an X's and O's coach for sure. I didn't really see too much of that out of Darvin Ham. In my opinion, I would say yes, JJ Redick's a good coach, but it's only slightly, and to be honest with you, it's really not saying much. It's really not saying much to say that he's a better coach than Ham. I'm not saying that's because Ham was a bad coach, but Ham didn't really even get, I would say, a fair share of an opportunity to be the coach that he wanted to. But what really messed Ham up for me is I don't know what was wrong with his love for Taurean Prince. And don't get me wrong, Taurean Prince, great player, liked him as a role player, but I don't know why Darvin Ham played that dude so much. Like to this day, I be scratching my head. My biggest problem with them firing him though ain't over who's a better coach. It's just the fact that he wasn't the problem to begin with. Yes, he lost the locker room, and it's a 15-man roster. If they all don't want you, they all don't want you. But it's like, bro, he's not your problem. Your problem is your leader, your fake leader, LeBron James. That's the problem. You don't need to get rid of the coach. You need to get rid of a player if you want this team to be better. But JJ Redick also does implement freaking Anthony Davis way more than I ever seen Ham do. So I give him kudos for that because he's actually unlocked Anthony Davis in a lot of ways. Ham kind of just sat back, hands in his pockets. You seen the memes. You seen how that go. But if it was me personally, I was upset when they fired him, and I was upset when they hired Redick because Redick don't got the experience. He's got to learn on the fly. And this is the Lakers. Why are you hiring unexperienced coaches? And why are you firing coaches that really ain't bad? That's what confused me about the whole offseason. It didn't even confuse me. It just confirmed for me that this team was just as trash as I thought they was. It's a team who's ran by goofy goobers. That's really all it did was confirm that for me.
Watch Ham very carefully over the past 2 years now. He is indeed a better head coach than Darvin Ham. Lo, how is that even possible? They have the same net rating. They have the same record. What's going on?
Bro, none of that even matters. This guy's kind of funny, though. I like the animations, bro. I need to get a camera and get on here and start doing that, bro. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I just, like I was just saying, that's not the issue. Biggest issue to me for this team, for this organization, and what's really going on when you look at this roster as a whole, it's just the fact that the LeBron James is the worst leader, the worst player on top of this organization, and until they get rid of this man, this is the type of BS we are going to deal with. People act like they don't know. They act like they're lost in the sauce. You can be lost in the sauce, but I'm not. I, for one, am definitely not.
who say this are running around with surface level analysis on what's going on based off a record and not putting into context everything else that is occurring, because there has been a lot of changes with this roster over the last 2 years, particularly how this team functions at the top level with LeBron and how everybody else is performing in terms of the depth with the roster. But yes, he is better. The reason why JJ is better is because this team actually runs sets and plays schemes that best utilize who is on the floor any given moment. When Darvin was coaching, he is not an X and O's guy. He's more of a
That's exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. JJ Redick is more into the schematics of the team. Darvin Ham was more, to me, motivational, more encouraging, and a lot harder on defense.
motivational speaker, someone who
For specific players. He couldn't do nothing to tame LeBron at all.
has ideologies but does not put it on a clipboard, something that he has struggled with mightily over and over and over again, something that has been openly admitted as well, with many articles reporting that the players themselves mid-season had to start running plays and calling sets for themselves in the middle of the year because Darvin could not identify certain advantages that needed to be created for players on a game-to-game basis. This also doesn't take into consideration the timeouts, the poor rotations, the decisions when it comes to the lineups that left the Lakers throughout
Lauren has a secret. She didn't find just one. She found two.
stretch of the year last season with LeBron at point, Cam Reddish, Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis, and Taurean Prince.
Bro, this Taurean Prince lineup, I don't know why he kept starting this man. It was starting to confuse me after a while because they did have a good... I know why he didn't run that rotation at one the year before, because Vando got hurt. He had to switch it up. People don't realize, like I said in another video, Vando is only here because his job is to play defense so well that it actually balances out LeBron James's non-defensive ass. Vando basically has to play defense for two people. Cam Reddish is not an NBA level player like that, bro. He belongs off the bench. He's an in spurts, 15 minutes a game guy. That's the best you're going to get from this man. But this dude, Vando, defense is out absurd. Athleticism is crazy. He plays defense for both of them. This is why they keep talking about they missing Vando. That's why why you think he blew out his knees and his legs and shit? He playing too much defense for this man. Damn.
As a starting five. That's how bad Darvin Ham was. Now, does this mean that JJ Redick is a perfect head coach? Absolutely not. My two biggest gripes with him is A, he was pushing ideology on a team that did not best fit it. The biggest example of this is how Redick kept pushing this idea of just shooting more and more and more threes when the roster didn't have the personnel to best utilize that philosophy. I understand the concept, three-point shooting, maximizing.
Bro, that shit a damn shame. Look at how bad he's missing these threes. Like, y'all really love this dude. Y'all, that's really y'all queen, bro. Y'all really be on this weenie wagon. Y'all really be on this man's weenie wagon, bro. Get off this man's meat. Look at this. Y'all call this the GOAT. Ugly ass jump shot. Ugly ass form. Weak ass layups and dunks is his only skill package. And then when he shoots, it's kadunk off the side of the rim. And y'all praise Queen. Praise Queen the moment he make one. You dudes is pathetic, bro. I'm convinced all y'all drink y'all water out the toilet. Because y'all lives is just backwards, bro. Your lives is backwards.
Analytic era basketball all makes sense, but these players, especially like Rui, for example, you'd be better off utilizing him as a post scorer, especially coming off the bench potentially, but making him just shoot threes doesn't really maximize who he is as an individual player. Same thing can be said about like LeBron and AD shooting more threes. I just never really believe.
Ugly.
And my second problem with JJ Redick is on the defensive side of the floor, he is switching way too often. Anthony Davis is the only player on this team that is 6'10" or taller that plays any consistent minutes, and having him roam around or switch on the perimeter basically leaves you vulnerable consistently when it comes to attacking the basket from the opposing side. So those are my two biggest gripes with him. But with all that being said, JJ Redick doesn't have to be a perfect head coach, nor a top 5 head coach, or even above average head coach to be a better coach than Darvin Ham, because that's how bad Darvin was. For those who are going to sit here and tell me, well, they have the same record. Well, he led to the...
Bro, this dude don't know what he talking about, man. Stop it. Stop it. Darvin Ham did get bad, though. He did get bad, especially towards the end of the year. I think at that point he was just done with the team, though. He knew he was getting fired. Like, you guys keep talking like as if he didn't know his job was already over by the end of the season. during that playoff run, he already knew he was fired. That's why he didn't call that call. The last 20 to 30 games of the season, they pretty much called for his job in January and basically said he was going to be fired. You know they gave him a heads up because, honestly, I meant to say, they didn't give him a heads up because they didn't even give one to Frank Vogel. You think he didn't see that disrespect? People forget the Lakers is the same organization. Jeannie Buss is so classless, bro, that she fired Frank Vogel before they even told him and let him have to hear from the media and the press. They fired his ass in such disrespectful, classless of a fashion. When I saw it, I was just like, bro, y'all, I lost some respect for y'all, man. And this is the Lakers, man. Look, I'm not saying everything is peachy curry and peaches and cream, but the way they've been moving, bro, since Bron got here, I'm like, that Bron juice is rubbing off on you motherfuckers, bro. That Bron juice is rubbing off on Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss. And I look at them, this is why I talk about them so loosely. The way y'all fire Frank Vogel, bro, nobody talks about it. And he was actually a really good coach. Y'all fired him for Westbrook, a dude y'all didn't even want. Because Westbrook looks bad because LeBron is ass. Crazy, dude.
Conference finals, a big reason why is because the roster was significantly better 2 years ago than it is today. When Ham was coaching that team to the conference finals, and I use that terminology very loosely, coaching that team to the conference finals, the top 8 rotational players in that postseason run 2 years ago was LeBron, AD, Reeves, D'Lo, Rui. Then you had Dennis Schroeder, Jared Vanderbilt, and Lonnie Walker. Now fast forward.
Love these lists, bro. A lot of people forget about just how good Dennis Schroeder was for us. And this is my thing with the Lakers, bro. We let Schroeder go. Why not pay the man? You let Lonnie Walker go, and I get that. I understand that part, bro. And I understand the wanting of Gabe Vincent. But you guys have made it to the conference finals and got rid of Dennis Schroeder, bro. I just thought that was goofy as hell. Dalton Connect is the biggest pickup here. Cam Reddish being on this, he doesn't belong. Max Christie we've been had, and he's developing, and I like his development, bro. But there was no reason to get rid of Schroeder, just like there was no reason to get rid of Alex Caruso. Just like there was no reason to get rid of Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. But yet, the Lakers are going to Laker, bro.
To where we are today, and the top 8 rotational players are LeBron, AD, Reeves, D'Lo, Rui, and then after that it is some combination of either Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, and depending on the day, either Max Christie or Gabe Vincent. So yeah, that is a completely different roster. There are more willing and capable defenders on that roster. The bench was just
By the way, I wonder why Bronny James wasn't on that list. Shouldn't he be on that since he's I think he gets paid more than Gabe Vincent. I'm not sure, but should he be on that list?
Deeper, and on top of that, there is a better version of LeBron on that roster than we had early on to start this season. Well, Lo, doesn't that mean there's a front office problem? Why are you trying to get rid of the coach? I hate this argument because people act as if like two things can't be true. It can be a coach problem and also a roster problem. And if you ever talk to any fan of the Lakers, they have told you that it's been both issues. Laker fans have been yelling at the top of their lungs for the team to trade D'Angelo Russell as soon as possible because we all knew that there was a problem with the team.
Yeah, and those same Laker fans are slowpokes who don't know basketball. They don't know what the hell they talking about, bro. Them be the same dudes who think that LeBron James is the GOAT. They don't understand D'Lo is honestly the best you're going to get. So why trade him? If you trade D'Lo, you're not going to get anything better. And what really gets on my nerves is like, is this roster built to win a championship? Nah, not necessarily. But a big part of that is because your leader / quote unquote fake best player on the team isn't that guy that you guys keep claiming that he is, that you lied to us and tell us that he is. If he was, then you wouldn't be having these issues. I personally think that there needs to be some changes to this roster. Big changes. But the biggest one is accepting what LeBron is, bro. Even if you wanted to keep that bum, put him on the back of the bench. He has to be the 6th or 7th man at this point in time, especially at this point in the season. But even 2 years ago, if we're talking about the rosters, they did a hell of a job for what they could have did. He really fumbled the bag. Like, if they wanted to go for a real championship, then they should have picked up Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. That would have been that. Miles Turner compliments AD, Buddy Hield compliments LeBron outside of defense. But honestly, in order to get somebody to play defense for LeBron, you're going to need a Herculean type of dude. You're going to need Alex Caruso and Bruce Brown out there. And let's face it, you can't really make trades to do stuff like that. Like, this team has a ceiling to what they can actually, like, people keep talking about trades, but they have a ceiling to what they can trade for. And for you Laker fans who are real Laker fans, like, let me just say this real quick. I feel where you're coming from, because I used to have, back in the day, I had the delusions. I remember I really thought LaMarcus Aldridge was coming to save Kobe. And that was like one of the first big trades that I thought like was a real thing that was going to happen. And it didn't happen. Then we thought Paul George was coming, and then it didn't happen. Then we thought Kawhi Leonard was coming, and then it didn't happen. We even thought KD was coming in DeMar DeRozan, and it didn't happen. But it's like, you got to realize, trade, first of all, the whole everybody want to come play in LA thing just ain't as hyped up as they say it is. And some people do want to come, but they just won't tell you. They're just not playing with LeBron. Kawhi Leonard would have came if LeBron wasn't there. He would have been a Laker. He did not want to come play for LeBron and take the blame. Neither did Paul George. They were okay. They don't want to play with this dude. Nobody wants to play with that bum. Only little Queen fans think that people want to play with him, but the reality is nobody does. He forced his way to play with players on the Cavs. They traded for Kevin Love, and he forced his way to Kyrie, who didn't want him there. The only time people actually wanted to play with LeBron was back when people really thought he was still a good guy and a humble brother, a.k.a. Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. But after that experience, after the Miami experience, nobody wanted to touch this nigga no more. Nobody wanted to touch him. Who's been rushing to play with Bron that's a superstar? Somebody please name one. Steph Curry? He already said, I'm good over here. Nobody wants to play with this dude except for Anthony Davis, who is a LeBron James man fan. He loved him some of his dad. I'm saying he wears that jersey number for his pop Bron. Those type of dudes, and he still had to get traded over here. Y'all don't understand, man. It was plenty. They had cap space for 2 superstars back in the day. How come only LeBron came? How come nobody else wanted to come? Y'all forgot that they had the cap space for Kawhi. Why he didn't pull up? Please explain to me in the comment section.
Hiring Darvin Ham was just the easiest, quickest problem that could be solved, because we knew for a fact that it's going to take time to move D'Lo, especially because we needed potentially another draft pick to package alongside him. So we knew that, which then brings me to the next part of this video, and that is the roster is trash. There is no capable defender on this team outside of Anthony Davis, and even he, over the past handful of games, looks as if like he's just getting worn out on that side of the floor, because his effort, his consistency, his impact defensively has quickly diminished early on this season.
Okay, let me tell you this. No, you're lying, bro. That's absolutely not true. The truth is there are capable defenders on here. There's just nobody on this roster that's capable to defend for themselves and LeBron James at the same time outside of Anthony Davis. Can't nobody else play defense for both them and Bron. That's the only issue. If you had somebody on this team who could play defense for 2 players, i.e. Jared Vanderbilt, then we wouldn't be having these issues we have now. Vando and AD, they were able to balance out LeBron's lack of effort, being on the other side of the court, arguing with refs, while everybody else is playing defense, playing 4-on-5. They were the only ones who could manage that. And I'm not expecting everybody else to be lockdown defenders. Why do you think everybody has to be Alex Caruso and Bruce Brown? Why do they have to be Jeremy Grant? Paul George on defense? Teams don't ever fill with lockdown defenders like that. You can have a perfectly good team with an Austin Reeves and a D'Lo. You just gotta make sure you have defenders in the front court, and your wings have to defend. Your 3 and 4 have to play defense, bro. That's just the way the NBA is. You have to have a 3 and a 4. Even Kobe had to have Trevor Ariza, and he had to have Ron Artest. Like, you got to have a 3 and a 4 that can lock down. It's always been like that. Rick Fox, Robert Horry. You can't just get away with not playing defense and being the 3 or the 4, i.e. LeBron, and then expect to win a championship. So stop telling me this roster's trash. Is it built to win? No. Is it the fault of the organization? Yes, technically, because they should know LeBron enough to know that he's going to need another defender, which is why they should have kept Alex Caruso. But at the same time, the biggest issue is the fact that you need to get somebody to help this nigga play defense. That's the biggest problem. Why do you need somebody to play defense for Bron? Why he can't just do it himself? He the GOAT, right? Don't y'all call him the GOAT? GOATs play offense and defense last time I checked. I don't know no offensive GOAT. Who? Magic Johnson? Absolutely not. Played both ways. Larry Bird played both ways. Come on, bro. Kareem? Defensive Player of the Year. Come on, man.
The three-point shooting is practically non-existent on this team. The Lakers, to start the year off right now, are 27th in attempts, 27th in made, and they're shooting sub 35% from behind the arc. That's what they're averaging. They don't have any athletes at all, especially when you remove AD and LeBron from that conversation, and there's too much redundancy with players on the team, in particular D'Lo and Austin Reeves. Of course, we're all still waiting as Laker fans. We're waiting on Vanderbilt to come back to provide some of that defensive intangibles, provide some of that athleticism, provide some of that energy that we all know that he can bring, but we shouldn't be holding our breath hoping for one player. There has to be adjustments made for this team immediately. So
I agree with that too. You don't hold your breath for one player, especially as long of a break as he took. You move on. It's called a business, an organization, and a team. You got to move on. On top of that, though, I agree with the D'Lo and the Reeves redundancy. There is a redundancy on almost every position. Well, I don't want to say that because we need a big. You need a big to be next to AD. But there's a lot of redundancies on this roster. And so I would make trades. I do think they need to make trades. But if you're making trades to build around LeBron, it's just a waste of time. This is why we haven't traded for anybody in like, what, two All-Star breaks? It's a waste of time. The organization knows this. They're like, why waste draft picks? We can't do anything that's going to be able to benefit LeBron or be able to build around LeBron. It's just not possible. He's too ass. He sucks too much. We can't fix stupid. That's basically what they're saying, bro. With that being said, I'm going to cut this here. I'm probably going to get a part 2 out on this video. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I really do appreciate y'all tuning in. Videos like this kind of make me angry, but we're going to keep it going.